And Mayor Pete, I just want to follow up with the other big debate we have around this table a lot is about wealth, the wealthy and philanthropy. Yesterday, Warren Buffett gave away $2.9 billion, and which is a great thing. And philanthropy, by the way, has helped even during this pandemic in a meaningful way. But oftentimes, those shares are never taxed, as we all know. And so the government will never be a beneficiary, and other taxpayers won't be a beneficiary of those successes. Do you think philanthropy should be taxed in any way?
Well, I think it would make more sense for that to happen on the front end. Look, it's wonderful when there are these major commitments, generous commitments by individuals. But we've also got to ask how things got so unequal in the first place. Because if a little bit more of that was making its way into a democratically guided process, in other words, the kinds of research and development that invent trillion-dollar ideas like the internet itself and space travel, we know our country's better off. And we got to ask where the balance is. I would argue, look, think about it this way. In the United States right now, there is not one county, not one, where a full-time minimum wage worker can afford a two-bedroom apartment. We're talking about somebody who works for a living in a job, full-time, can't afford a two-bedroom apartment. I would argue that if that weren't the case, if we had higher wages and more public investment, we wouldn't need to lean on philanthropy quite as much as we do.
Hey, Mayor Pete, the one thing that Vice President Biden's plan has in common with President Trump's is that it really leans into Made in America, and not just from a position of rhetoric. There looks like there are going to be real incentives and real penalties to companies if they're not making things in America. Do you think globalization is dead?
I don't think we have to choose between closing ourselves off and investing in our own country. On the contrary, I think in a global market, we are more competitive when we are starting right here at home. Look, Made in America is really good news, and the Vice President's Buy America initiative is really good news for us here in the so-called Rust Belt, where we know that we are capable of producing some of the finest goods in the world, but there's so many loopholes, there's so many waivers in the system, and as I think you all have reported, offshoring's actually gone up an awful lot under this administration. So I don't view this as like the president kind of picking a fight with every country we can. I view it as an opportunity for us to make sure that taxpayer dollars benefit American firms and workers first. And then, of course, because we're so confident in the quality of our workers and our products, we can go out into a global marketplace and win there, too.